What a day, what a totally awesome day. Let's rock and roll, Logan, buddy.
Cricky! It's the sensational DropBears, the cuddliest mates in the whole outback. You'd best believe it.
Derek's, where the night comes alive.
Buffhead won DropBear Racing Season 25 in the GT Legends cars. We take a look at Sprinkler from Australia for a moment through Turn 4, S's.
Scalawagon for FarGone Racing is heading out again. Josh for TUF Motorsport has chosen to stop now. Buffhead rolls out of the lane. This could be a strategic stop from Scalawagon. Pit stop time for Disco for FarGone Racing.
Buffhead won DropBear Racing Season 20 in the Formula 4 cars.
Practice comes to a close.
Qualifying is underway. Lap times and track position on the timing screens matter now. James Bullock for FarGone Racing returns to the track for another run. Buffhead for Occasional Racing is back on circuit.
Scalawagon in car number 13 is heading out again. Awesomeness is heading out again.
Back out on track comes Rick Banashek in car number 91.
Huggy leaves the pit lane now. Josh leaves the pit lane now. The cameras have picked up Sprinkler here. Pit exit for Toby Zaire. James Bullock takes over at the top with a 1 minute and 54.570 seconds.
Alex McEwen has improved the personal best and now sits second.
Buffhead in car number 11 improves the lap, but there is still more time to find.
Unbreakable from Australia has improved the personal best and now sits fourth.
That is progress from Scallywagon, up to 5th. Sprinkler for GT Club puts in a 2 minutes and 5.213 seconds and climbs to 6th. Better lap from Dravovic, 2 minutes and 7.859 seconds, good enough for 7th. Useful gain there from Rick Banashek, who goes 9th. Josh from Australia improves to 11th with a 2 minutes and 26.072 seconds. Scott McEwen puts in a 2 minutes and 28.521 seconds and climbs to 12th. James Bullock for FarGone Racing commits to pit lane.
The pit lane releases James Bullock in car number 10 back onto the circuit.
"12 minutes remain in qualifying, and nobody has beaten James Bullock yet."
Toby Zaire for DropBear Racing has improved the personal best and now sits 13th.
Buffhead in car number 11 takes over at the top with a 1 minute and 46.524 seconds.
A cleaner lap from Unbreakable, and that brings an improvement.
That was better from Scallywagon, now showing in 3rd.
A cleaner lap from Dravovic, and that brings an improvement.
Useful gain there from Demon Boost for FarGone Racing, who goes 5th. Disco improves the lap, but there is still more time to find. That is an improvement from Huggy, now 7th. That is an improvement from Josh, now 3rd. Scott McEwen for Team Radical 7 finds more time and moves to 11th. The timing screens show Buffhead at the top, with a 1 minute and 46.524 seconds. Alex McEwen commits to pit lane. Toby Zaire improves the lap, but there is still more time to find. Sriracha Saxby is coming into the pits. Unbreakable improves the lap, but there is still more time to find. Useful gain there from Sprinkler in car number 69, who goes 2nd. Better lap from Dravic in car number 03. 1 minute and 46.782 seconds. Good enough for fourth. The lap time improves for Rick Banashek. Third is the result. Disco has chipped away at the time and moves into ninth. Better lap from John Barabash. 1 minute and 47.422 seconds. Good enough for eighth. The clock is ticking down. Buffhead remains fastest with a 1 minute and 46.524 seconds.
Back out on track comes Sriracha Saxby for Team Radical 75.
James Bullock goes to provisional pole with a 1 minute and 46.224 seconds. Toby Zaire for DropBear Racing improves to 10th with a 1 minute and 47.671 seconds. Useful gain there from William Bullock for Team Radical 88, who goes 16th. The provisional pole sitter is James Bullock, thanks to a 1 minute and 46.224 seconds. Scallywagon in car number 13 improves to 8th with a 1 minute and 46.923 seconds. Pit exit for Unbreakable for GT Club.
A cleaner lap from Rick Banashek from Australia, and that brings an improvement.
Demon Boost improves to 9th with a 1 minute and 47.218 seconds. Disco for FarGone Racing improves, but it is 12th for now. The stop is underway for Demon Boost from Australia.
Demon Boost from Australia is back on circuit. Sprinkler 1 DropBear Racing Season 21 in the GT4 cars. That matters, because every result here adds to the bigger story.
Scott McEwen is exiting the pits. With 6 minutes still to run, James Bullock for FarGone Racing is holding onto the top spot. William Bullock in car number 5 improves to 8th with a 1 minute and 46.915 seconds. Awesomeness finds more time and moves to 17th. Better lap from Scallywagon, 1 minute and 46.577 seconds, good enough for 4th. New benchmark in qualifying, Sprinkler from Australia, 1 minute and 46.215 seconds. Scallywagon is in this lap. Sprinkler has chosen to stop now.
Alex McEwen has improved the personal best and now sits 10th.
Disco for FarGone Racing has chosen to stop now. Pit exit for Scallywagon. Dravic for GT Club leaves the pit lane now.
Sprinkler for GT Club is back on circuit. Rick Banashek 1 DropBear Racing Season 27 in the Honda Civics. That matters, because every result here adds to the bigger story.
The timing screens show Sprinkler for GT Club at the top, with a 1 minute and 46.215 seconds. William Bullock finds more time and moves to 4th. That is progress from Buffhead from Australia up to 3rd. Awesomeness improves to 16th with a 1 minute and 58.728 seconds. That is progress from Josh in car number 69 up to 7th.
John Barabash in car number 53 is off the circuit and into pit lane.
John Barabash from Australia rolls out of the lane. Useful gain there from Alex McEwen, who goes 6th.
Buffhead in car number 11 is off the circuit and into pit lane. Turn 5, outer loop is always a place where rhythm matters, and awesomeness in car number 5 is there now. Back out on track comes Buffhead.
Better lap from Scott McEwen from UK, 1 minute and 51.506 seconds, good enough for 16th. James Bullock, twin brother of William Bullock. Anyone wanting pole needs to beat Sprinkler and that 1 minute and 46.215 seconds.
Back out on track comes Alex McEwen.
Toby Zaire is heading out again. That is progress from Josh up to 6th. The timing screens show Sprinkler in car number 69 at the top, with a 1 minute and 46.215 seconds. The lap time improves for Dravovic. 10th is the result.
A cleaner lap from Demon Boost in car number 666, and that brings an improvement.
Into the pits comes William Bullock for Team Radical 88. Scott McEwen improves the lap, but there is still more time to find. Scott McEwen from UK has entered the pits. William Bullock for Team Radical 88 leaves the pit lane now. That is progress from Unbreakable for GT Club, up to 6th. This could be a strategic stop from Unbreakable. The lap time improves for John Barabash. 10th is the result. That lap moves Awesomeness from Australia up to 17th. Josh has entered the pits. Dravovic from Australia finds more time and moves to 10th. That is an improvement from Demon Boost for FarGone Racing, now 12th. James Bullock from Australia goes to provisional pole with a 1 minute and 46.111 seconds. That is a strong lap from Sprinkler, good enough for provisional pole.
Tom Marzella from Australia has improved the personal best and now sits 17th.
We have a pit entry for Alex McEwen.
Buffhead won DropBear Racing Season 20 in the Formula 4 cars. That matters, because every result here adds to the bigger story.
The timing screens show Sprinkler for GT Club at the top, with a 1 minute and 46.090 seconds. Awesomeness heads for pit lane. William Bullock in car number 5 has chosen to stop now. With the qualifying clock ticking down still to run, Sprinkler is holding on to the top spot. That is exactly the kind of lap that changes the pressure in this session. Sprinkler is in this lap. Josh for TUF Motorsport is coming into the pits.
Buffhead won DropBear Racing Season 23 in the Touring Car Legends cars. That matters, because every result here adds to the bigger story.
The timing screens show Sprinkler at the top, with a 1 minute and 46.090 seconds.
Rick Banashek for RBR is off the circuit and into pit lane.
The qualifying clock ticking down to go in qualifying, and Sprinkler from Australia still holds provisional pole on a 1 minute and 46.090 seconds.
And now everyone else has a very clear target to chase.
With the qualifying clock ticking down left in the session, the benchmark is 1 minute and 46.090 seconds from Sprinkler. Qualifying is complete. Race session is active, waiting for the start. Let's see what action this race brings us.
Buffhead won DropBear Racing Season 25 in the GT Legends cars. And that is the sort of context that can shape how they race tonight.
camera is with Demon Boost in car number 666. The grid comes alive as the race starts.
James Bullock is on M compound tyres.
We are hoping for a tight battle now between Buffhead and James Bullock from Australia for second.
This is where the driver ahead has to stay calm and protect the exit.
Buffhead has Rick Banashek all over the back of them now for third. This is exactly the kind of pressure battle that can force an error.
And that's Rick Banashek from Australia looking for a way past William Bullock from Australia. Buffhead won DropBear Racing Season 19 in the Super Tourer cars. That matters, because every result here adds to the bigger story.
We are hoping for a tight battle now between Drav Dravovich from Australia and Alex McEwen for 8th. Demon Boost is close enough now to make Toby Zaire in car number 8 uncomfortable. Sprinkler has the lead as the race continues. Fastest lap now belongs to Sprinkler for GT Club, a 1 minute and 52.052 seconds. Sprinkler for GT Club crosses the line to complete lap 1 with a 1 minute and 52.052 seconds. After lap 1, Sprinkler for GT Club is first, James Bullock for FarGone Racing is second, Buffhead is third, William Bullock for Team Radical 88 is fourth, Rick Banashek from Australia is fifth, Josh for TUF Motorsport is sixth.
Possible incident for Scott McEwen at turn 1, the 90.
Scott McEwen for Team Radical 7 trails Huggy by 1 second. The gap is 2.0 seconds from Awesomeness from Australia to Scott McEwen, and the chase is cooled slightly after losing 12.9 seconds last lap. The contest for first is starting to tighten. The gap is 1 second from Buffhead for Occasional Racing to Sprinkler in car number 69, and the chase is cooled slightly after losing 1.1 seconds last lap.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
Buffhead is going to need to defend against James Bullock for FarGone Racing for third.
Possible incident for John Barabash at turn 6, laces.
Toby Zaire for DropBear Racing is chasing Demon Boost, gap 1.1 seconds. That gap is now small enough for Demon Boost for FarGone Racing to think about a move. Sprinkler for GT Club lowers the mark to 1 minute and 47.732 seconds. Sprinkler for GT Club crosses the line to complete lap 2 with a 1 minute and 47.732 seconds. William Bullock sets the benchmark with a 1 minute and 47.405 seconds. That is the fastest lap we have seen, Scalawagon with a 1 minute and 47.304 seconds. One mistake from Huggy for FarGone Racing, and Alex McEwen will be there for 17th. Rick Banashek for RBR is closing in, 1.6 seconds back from James Bullock after gaining 0.4 seconds last lap.
John Barabash is on M compound tyres.
Drav Dravovich for GT Club is not letting Alex McEwen for Project 4 breathe here. William Bullock has James Bullock all over the back of them now for fourth.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
Disco closes up on Demon Boost for ninth. That lap from Sprinkler in car number 69 was quick, 1 minute and 46.985 seconds. Sprinkler crosses the line to complete lap 3 with a 1 minute and 46.985 seconds. After lap 3, Sprinkler in car number 69 is first, Buffhead is second, William Bullock is third, James Bullock is fourth, Rick Banashek is fifth, Josh for TUF Motorsport is sixth.
That gap to William Bullock for Team Radical 88 is 0.3 seconds for James Bullock, but it moved the wrong way on the previous lap.
There's a yellow flag. Someone must have gone off the track. That gap is 1 second between Disco for FarGone Racing and Demon Boost. And John Barabash for FarGone Racing moves into 18th position. Pit exit for Sriracha Saxby.
Buffhead won Formula Friday Season 13 in the 1990 Formula 1 cars. And that is the sort of context that can shape how they race tonight. Possible incident for Unbreakable from Australia at Turn 6, Laces. Demon Boost is on M compound tyres.
That gap is 2.0 seconds between Awesomeness in car number 5 and Unbreakable for GT Clark. William Bullock in car number 5 closes up on James Bullock for fourth. Sprinkler for GT Club crosses the line to complete lap 4 with a 1 minute and 46.999 seconds. After lap 4, Sprinkler for GT Club is first, Buffhead is second, James Bullock is third, William Bullock in car number 5 is fourth, Rick Banashek is fifth, Josh is sixth. Alex McEwen in car number 11 is defending 13th, and Dravovic from Australia is not going away. There's a yellow flag. Someone must have gone off the track. Tom Marzella continues to run in 11th. Huggy from Australia moves up to 16th. 18th place now belongs to Scott McEwen in car number 21. Dravovic for GT Club is looking for a gap to pass Alex McEwen.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
James Bullock is applying real pressure to William Bullock for Team Radical 88 in the battle for fourth.
Buffhead won DropBear Racing Season 18 in the Mazda MX-5 cars.
Sprinkler for GT Club crosses the line to complete lap 5 with a 1 minute and 47.232 seconds. After lap 5, Sprinkler is first, Buffhead for Occasional Racing is second, William Bullock in car number 5 is third, James Bullock for FarGone Racing is fourth, Rick Banashek is fifth, Josh in car number 69 is sixth. That gap is 0.6 seconds between James Bullock for FarGone Racing and William Bullock. The contest for ninth is starting to tighten.
Possible incident for Huggy from Australia at Turn 1, the 90.
Buffhead is right there with Sprinkler. Sprinkler in car number 69 crosses the line to complete lap 6 with a 1 minute and 47.531 seconds. After lap 6, Sprinkler for GT Club is first, Buffhead from Australia is second, William Bullock is third, James Bullock for FarGone Racing is fourth, Rick Banashek is fifth, Josh is sixth.
Unbreakable from Australia is on M compound tyres. And that's Toby Zayer in car number 8 looking for a way past Sriracha Saxby.
No breathing room for Disco from Australia now.
Sprinkler won DropBear Racing Season 21 in the GT4 cars. And that is the sort of context that can shape how they race tonight.
Something has happened out there. Yellow flags are showing. The stop is underway for Scott McEwen. Scott McEwen is chasing Sriracha Saxby in car number 75, gap 0 seconds. Disco leads this little scrap, but Toby Zayer from Australia is keeping the pressure on.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
Scott McEwen in car number 21 is exiting the pits. Sprinkler for GT Club crosses the line to complete lap 7 with a 1 minute and 47.246 seconds. After lap 7, Sprinkler is first, Buffhead is second, William Bullock in car number 5 is third, James Bullock from Australia is fourth, Rick Banashek in car number 91 is fifth, Josh is sixth.
Watch this gap now. Toby Zayer trails Disco for FarGone Racing by 1.1 seconds, and had stronger pace on the previous lap.
Toby Zayer is right with Scott McEwen in the fight for 19th. William Bullock for Team Radical 88 closes up on Buffhead for second. Here's a change for John Barabash for FarGone Racing into 15th spot. There's a yellow flag. Someone must have gone off the track. James Bullock is right there with William Bullock in car number 5 for third. Scallywagon in car number 13 is right there with Josh for TUF Motorsport.
Scallywagon won Formula Friday's Season 12 in the 1986 F1 cars. And that is the sort of context that can shape how they race tonight. Now we are following James Bullock for FarGone Racing through turn 9.
This fight is starting to tighten up. Sprinkler crosses the line to complete lap 8 with a 1 minute and 47.071 seconds. After lap 8, Sprinkler is first, Buffhead from Australia is second, William Bullock in car number 5 is third, James Bullock is fourth, Rick Banashek is fifth, Josh for TUF Motorsport is sixth. The timing tower updates, fastest lap to James Bullock. A change in the order, Demon Boost for FarGone Racing is up to 7th. There's a gain for Disco who moves into 8th. Alex McEwen is closing in, 1.3 seconds back from Scallywagon after gaining 14.8 seconds last lap.
Possible incident for Huggy at turn 8, heel. Awesomeness is on M compound tires.
Alex McEwen from UK has the scent of 11th now. Sriracha Saxby from UK moves up to 17th. Possible incident for awesomeness in car number 5 at inner loop. Sprinkler in car number 69 crosses the line to complete lap 9 with a 1 minute and 47.195 seconds. After lap 9, Sprinkler is first, Buffhead is second, William Bullock is third, James Bullock from Australia is fourth, Rick Banashek for RBR is fifth, Josh is sixth. Huggy from Australia rejoins the race.
Disco from Australia remains 2.0 seconds back from Demon Boost for FarGone Racing, but the pace was weaker by 1.3 seconds last time around.
10th place now belongs to Alex McEwen for Project 4.
Back onto the track comes Demon Boost from Australia.
James Bullock, twin brother of William Bullock. Alex McEwen from UK is close enough to make this uncomfortable. The pit crew will be ready for awesomeness for FarGone Racing.
James Bullock is on M compound tires.
The fight for 7th is alive, with Toby Zaire chasing Disco.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
Dravovic is 2.0 seconds behind Alex McEwen, but was 0.4 seconds quicker last lap. Sprinkler crosses the line to complete lap 10 with a 1 minute and 46.815 seconds. After lap 10, Sprinkler for GT Club is first, Buffhead is second, James Bullock is third, Rick Banashek for RBR is fourth, Josh is fifth, William Bullock for Team Radical 88 is sixth. Disco heads for pit lane. There's a gain for Toby Zaire who moves into 7th.
Tom Marzella in car number 11 remains 2.0 seconds back from Disco, but the pace was weaker by 1.1 seconds last time around. Watch this gap now. Dravovic trails Disco in car number 69 by 2.0 seconds, and had stronger pace on the previous lap. Back out onto the track comes Disco.
Through goes John Barabash into 14th. Tom Marzella has Alex McEwen all over the back of them now for 9th.
Unbreakable for GT Club returns to the circuit.
William Bullock, twin brother of James Bullock. Unless I am mistaken, Sriracha Saxby is now in 16th. Scalawagon in car number 13 is 1.0 seconds behind Dravovic for GT Club, but was 0.4 seconds quicker last lap. Sprinkler for GT Club crosses the line to complete lap 11 with a 1 minute and 47.019 seconds. After lap 11, Sprinkler is first, Buffhead is second, James Bullock is third, Rick Banashek for RBR is fourth, Josh for TUF Motorsport is fifth, William Bullock is sixth. The pace is there from William Bullock in car number 5. Fastest lap, 1 minute and 46.509 seconds. There's a yellow flag. Someone must have gone off the track. Through goes Alex McEwen into 8th. Possible incident for Huggy at inner loop. Alex McEwen for Project 4 leads this little scrap, but Tom Marzella is keeping the pressure on.
This is where the driver ahead has to stay calm and protect the exit.
The margin from Tom Marzella to Alex McEwen for Project 4 is 0.9 seconds.
And that's Scalawagon looking for a way past Dravdravovich.
Scalawagon for FarGone Racing is chasing Dravdravovich. Gap 0.4 seconds.
This is where the driver ahead has to stay calm and protect the exit.
Sprinkler from Australia crosses the line to complete lap 12 with a 1 minute and 46.793 seconds. After lap 12, Sprinkler is first, Buffhead in car number 11 is second, James Bullock for FarGone Racing is third, Rick Banashek is fourth, Josh is fifth, William Bullock is sixth. That gap is now small enough for Scalawagon in car number 13 to think about a move. Toby Zaire for DropBear Racing leaves the racing line and heads in.
Scalawagon won DropBear Racing Season 24 in the DTM cars.
That move puts Alex McEwen for Project 4 into 7th. Toby Zaire is closing in, 1 second back from Scott McEwen in car number 21 after gaining 7.7 seconds last lap.
Toby Zaire for DropBear Racing rejoins the circuit from pit lane.
No breathing room for Scalawagon from Australia now. We are hoping for a tight battle now between Tom Marzella and Alex McEwen for 7th. That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners. Sprinkler for GT Club crosses the line to complete lap 13 with a 1 minute and 47.188 seconds. After lap 13, Sprinkler from Australia is first, Buffhead is second, James Bullock from Australia is third, Rick Banashek for RBR is fourth, Josh for TUF Motorsport is fifth, William Bullock is sixth. Disco has John Barabash in car number 53 2.0 seconds behind. The current fastest lap belongs to William Bullock for Team Radical 88 with a 1 minute and 46.509 seconds. Dravdravovich is looking for a gap to pass Scalawagon. Pit exit for Rick Banashek in car number 91.
Buffhead is on M compound tyres.
The marshals are waving the yellow flag.
That gap to William Bullock from Australia is 2.0 seconds for James Bullock for FarGone Racing, but it moved the wrong way on the previous lap.
Tom Marzella is back in the race after that stop. Tom Marzella, nicknamed the head of the cheese board. Orsamus is not letting Sriracha Saxby for Team Radical 75 breathe here. One mistake from Orsamus, and Sriracha Saxby in car number 75 will be there for 17th. Sprinkler from Australia peels off into the pit lane. Sprinkler for GT Club crosses the line to complete lap 14 with a 1 minute and 53.604 seconds. After lap 14, Sprinkler is first, Buffhead is second, William Bullock in car number 5 is third, James Bullock is fourth, Rick Banashek for RBR is fifth, Alex McEwen is sixth. Into the pits comes William Bullock. This fight is starting to tighten up. That stop is done for Sprinkler for GT Club.
That gap to William Bullock is 1.8 seconds for Rick Banashek for RBR, but it moved the wrong way on the previous lap.
Dravovich from Australia is chasing William Bullock, gap 1.7 seconds. Dravovich for GT Club is right behind William Bullock for fourth. John Barabash for FarGone Racing is now in 12th. Dravovich is chasing Scalawagon for FarGone Racing, gap 1.3 seconds. Tom Marzella is close enough to make this uncomfortable. This fight is starting to tighten up.
The important part now is whether the chasing car can stay close onto the straight.
Dravovich is going to try and force Scalawagon to make an error.
Buffhead won DropBear Racing Season 25 in the GT Legends cars.
William Bullock in car number 5 closes up on Dravovich in car number 03 for 9th. Sprinkler in car number 69 crosses the line to complete lap 15 with a 1 minute and 59.699 seconds. After lap 15, Sprinkler is first, Buffhead for Occasional Racing is second, James Bullock for FarGone Racing is third, Rick Banashek in car number 91 is fourth, Alex McEwen is fifth, Josh is sixth. Scalawagon for FarGone Racing closes up on Josh in car number 69 for sixth.
William Bullock threads the car through turn 2, S's.
The margin from William Bullock to Dravovich is 0.1 seconds. William Bullock is chasing Scalawagon from Australia, gap 1.9 seconds. The gap from Unbreakable to Scott McEwen for Team Radical 7 is 0.9 seconds, and the chaser had the better lap by 12.8 seconds. It is getting close for 12th. Disco is closing on John Barabash for FarGone Racing. James Bullock is looking for a gap to pass Buffhead for Occasional Racing. That pressure can force small mistakes, especially through the slower corners. The battle for 6th is on, with William Bullock chasing Josh. Sprinkler in car number 69 crosses the line to complete lap 16 with a 1 minute and 47.093 seconds. After lap 16, Sprinkler is first, Buffhead is second, James Bullock is third, Rick Banashek for RBR is fourth, Alex McEwen is fifth, Scalawagon in car number 13 is sixth. A change in the order. Scalawagon for FarGone Racing is up to sixth.
Alex McEwen won Formula Friday Season 17 in the 2005 F1 cars.
Possible incident for James Bullock at inner loop.
That matters, because every result here adds to the bigger story.
And John Barabash in car number 53 moves into 11th position. The margin from Disco for FarGone Racing to John Barabash is 0.5 seconds. Josh from Australia has dragged themselves into range of William Bullock for Team Radical 88. We are hoping for a tight battle now between Drav Dravovic and Josh for TUF Motorsport for 8th.
This is where the driver ahead has to stay calm and protect the exit.
This shot puts us right with Drav Dravovic in car number 03. Sprinkler crosses the line to complete lap 17 with a 1 minute and 46.959 seconds. After lap 17, Sprinkler is first, Buffhead is second, James Bullock is third, Rick Banashek is fourth, Alex McEwen is fifth, Scalawagon for FarGone Racing is sixth. The margin from James Bullock to Sriracha Saxby is 1.4 seconds. This fight is starting to tighten up. Drav Dravovic is not letting Josh for TUF Motorsport breathe here. Scalawagon is putting pressure on Alex McEwen for Project 4 for 5th. Drav Dravovic is right there with William Bullock for Team Radical 88 for 7th.
Buffhead won DropBear Racing Season 20 in the Formula 4 cars. That matters, because every result here adds to the bigger story.
Rick Banashek in car number 91 is defending 4th, and Scalawagon is not going away. Alex McEwen for Project 4 is closing in, 0.5 seconds back from Rick Banashek after gaining 0.4 seconds last lap. Sprinkler for GT Club crosses the line and finishes first. Buffhead crosses the line and finishes second. James Bullock crosses the line and finishes third. Scalawagon crosses the line and finishes 5th. Josh for TUF Motorsport crosses the line and finishes 8th. Alex McEwen crosses the line and finishes 6th. Huggy in car number 23 crosses the line and finishes 18th. Toby Zaire in car number 8 crosses the line and finishes 10th. John Barabash crosses the line and finishes 11th. Disco for FarGone Racing crosses the line and finishes 12th. Demon Boost crosses the line and finishes 13th.
Possible incident for Sprinkler at Turn 2, S's.
Unbreakable crosses the line and finishes 15th. Scott McEwen from UK crosses the line and finishes 19th.
Possible incident for Sprinkler at Turn 2, S's.
Race result. Sprinkler in car number 69 finishes first, Buffhead finishes second, James Bullock in car number 10 finishes third, Rick Banashek finishes fourth, Scalawagon for FarGone Racing finishes 5th, Alex McEwen finishes 6th. That completes the race commentary.